Ito nga pong balitang binasa ko, sinabi ko, West Philippine Sea. Mali ba yun?
Yes and no.
Oh, medyo komplikado po yan. Alam po natin, you have made controversial statements recently on the West Philippine Sea. But I guess, including yung sinabi po ninyo nung isang araw na huwag tayong magpakagago at magpaka-ignorante katulad nung Commodore na yun. Bakit nyo naman po nasabi yun? Bakit nyo po namura si Commodore Tariela?
Well, it was not an offense intended for him, but as already discussed in so many fora, I said that we need to educate our people in support of the statement of the cyber investigation coordinating center, because the executive director made a statement in one of our hearings that we need to educate and empower our people, especially in the West Philippine Sea, because the bloggers are assuming that they knew this or that, but in reality, the West Philippine Sea is a complicated, more than a troubled waters.
Okay, so then how do we refer now to the western portion of the Philippine archipelago?
I said that we should call it, well, ours, West Philippine Sea, but that is only insofar as we are concerned. So we need to have it recognized by the entire world, by the community of nations, before it is to be officially called West Philippine Sea. Like if you are not supposed to just name a street in a locality without going through the process of, let's say, enacting an ordinance to just recognize that particular street. This is our body of water. It's covered by the entire exclusive economic zone. I'd like to tell our people that whether with name or without name, this is still our EEZ, and we need to fight for it.
So within the Philippines, it is correct to call it the West Philippine Sea?
Yes, domestically. That's a political statement.
Okay.
But the bloggers are using it. But considering that we are not alone in the world, because we need to be recognized by the community of nations, we need to have it officially registered in the International Hydrographic Organization. It's like, not being able to put a word in the English dictionary by yourself.
Because when you say kasi walang West Philippine Sea at katang isip natin to, gawa-gawa natin ito. I do understand and agree that this was a creation of Administrative Order 29, where President Aquino officially mandated government agencies to call the western portion of the Philippine archipelago West Philippine Sea. It was a creation of that, no? But hindi tama po kayo, hindi po ba ito lang yung unang step into actually having it recognized by the world, by the IHO, which you also mentioned, the International Hydrographic Organization?
Yes, but we need more to do and follow up the processes. It's a tickless process. You have to go to the United Nations and follow the processes needed in order for us to be recognized. Because in the international map, the whole area is still called South China Sea. Doesn't mean that it is owned by China. Much like the Indian Ocean, it is not owned by India. The Gulf of Mexico is not owned by Mexico, and so on and so forth.
And which President Trump also renamed to the Gulf of America recently.
How can he do that? He has to deal with the processes, the legal processes recognized by public international
but it
law.
is also important to call it West Philippine Sea ourselves. Is that correct? Because actually, I took a look at that. In 2022, the Philippines has in fact submitted 9 proposals to the IHO that were kept pending because of which requested the mutual consultation between interested parties. Kumbaga, in dispute pa itong mga area na to, kaya pending pa siya. Pero meron na tayong sinumite na mga proposal sa IHO to recognize this. Actually, nandun din siya sa AO29, sinasabi na the DFA and NAMRIA are to, at the appropriate time, submit the AO and the new map with the West Philippine Sea to the IHO. So kumbaga parang tumatakbo naman na yung proseso.
Yeah, but the premise was actually taken out of context. We were hearing the bloggers who were using all these terms, but I said, if you are not able to educate our people, we are not probably referring it correctly. Because as far as we are concerned, I'm not saying that it is wrong for us to call it West Philippine Sea, because I said, with or without name, that particular area is ours, and we need to fight for it until the last blood.
But what is the problem with the vloggers?
Because as already taken up in the hearings, the bloggers are doing it or maybe stretching it further, like meron siya nasabing deep fakes and then there are fake news. That's why the executive director of the CICC mentioned that we need to educate our people on the complexities and the complications of the West Philippine Sea. So let us begin, I said, with the term West Philippine Sea, because, well, internationally, it does not exist. Because if you see the international map, there is no West Philippine Sea. It is ours to claim. It is ours for us to claim that this is West Philippine Sea. But we need to do more than that.
I guess we need to put the proper context also to your statement na
Yes.
when you say the West Philippine Sea does not exist, it means hindi pa nakataga sa bato sa international maps.
Yes,
At
that's what
gumugulong pa yung
that's
proseso.
what I was trying to tell them. But until
But
the
isn't
Commodore,
your statement also confusing in itself? Like, lalong malilito yung mga tao. Totoo ba talaga may West Philippine
But
Sea?
that is
Baka
the way
lalong-
we educate our people. We need to steer their imagination on this, because Commodore Tariela said that I was a traitor. Okay? Can you imagine a Commodore holding such a position and speaking for the country will call me a traitor by just trying to educate our people on the complexities of the term itself?
Although I am aware of several of their initiatives. For one, there is that
We
comic
have not
book.
succeeded.
That comic book that they have been distributing, explaining the differences between territorial sea, EEZ, ano bang tawag natin
That's a good
dito.
start.
Ano yung in-award sa atin ng 2016 Arbitral Award? Hindi po ba meron namang ganong efforts? Although we all have our ways to go in terms of understanding
it's more
how
than that.
complex
For
this is.
example, the Arbitral Award. What did the Arbitral Award did for the country? Well, it only said that, the 9-dash line sketched by China has no legal basis, has no historical basis. But more than that, it did not do any good for us. Did the Arbitral Award say, for example, tell China to vacate the Scarborough Shoal? No, because our maritime rights, namely continental shelf or territorial sea and even the exclusive economic zone, are only maritime rights. These are not part of our territory. This is where we need to
Actually,
explain our
yun naman
people.
po ang nasasabi nila na
Yeah,
ito
but
po ay
our
easy.
people do not know. Generally do not know. For example, within our exclusive economic zone, in the middle of that portion of the sea is the Scarborough Shoal. And the occupant now, among the claimants, Malaysia, Brunei, Philippines, Taiwan, and so on, the occupant is China. We used to be there. But now, China is occupying that particular feature. What is the significance of that? Under public international law, the Scarborough Shoal, because it is an island, it is entitled to its territorial sea, which
Correct.
is 12 miles from its baseline. And that territorial sea, now occupied by China, overlaps with our own exclusive economic zone. That's where the problem lies. Now, we need to explain to our people. That's
Actually,
why
I'd like to
started-
challenge that they are the official occupants of the Scarborough Shoal because that is still in dispute. They have submitted their claims to the UN, but it has also been called a traditional fishing ground where Filipinos are supposed to be able to come in, makapag-isda sila kasama ng Vietnam, Taiwan, China, apat po yun na bayan. Pero yung hindi po ba, pag sinabi nyo pong sila ang official occupant nun, parang ibinigay nyo na rin sa kanila at nirecognize nyo na rin ang kanilang, na kanilang teritoryo po yung Scarborough?
No, wala, hindi natin binigay sa kanila.
Hindi, kasi
You know,
kayo
but-
po ay nagsabi na sila po yung occupant.
No, that's why we need to educate our people. Because in public international law, the occupant is the owner. It's unlike our domestic
But that
law.
has not yet been recognized
Because
though,
there is
by UNCLOS.
there is no world court today that will adjudicate that. That is the problem. Let our people know that there is no world court today that will adjudicate in terms of our territory. We cannot even say, we cannot even file a petition. Where are we supposed to file a petition in order for us
So,
to...
but isn't it also within our rights to say that that is our territory?
Yes, it
That
is.
that rock is ours.
Yes, we are all claimants, but the problem
correct.
is the one occupying is China.
De facto
Yes,
control.
de facto.
Okay.
But
okay.
it is physically occupying that island.
Correct.
And under public international law, the occupant is the one who will enjoy the territorial waters of that island.
Because they have taken it over
Yes, ma'am.
by force.
Yes, ma'am.